welcome to Love Always Self. I'm Shira.
Hi, y'all. I'm Karista, and thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Love Always Self.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Welcome to 2025.
Oh my gosh, I know. I can't believe that it's already 2025 and that we have been doing this podcast for how many?
3.5 years.
3.5 years.
I think.
Yeah.
2021. Yeah.
And I think the only time we ever paused on recording episodes were for the last 2 compilation videos. Hopefully, if you've seen those, go check those out, which is what we did to cover the holiday season and give ourselves a little moment. So,
because the holidays are always a whirlwind, all on their own, without the addition of editing a podcast.
Exactly. Which, if you didn't know, we do all of on our own. So it's been quite the adventure so far.
Yeah, the only thing we outsource is the management of our website.
Yes, which we have Stephanie. She's absolutely amazing.
She's fantastic. I'd actually love to link her below.
We'll definitely link her below.
For any of you budding podcasters and vloggers.
Yeah. I know. I was like, part of the New Year resolution for me was to do something, a little different than what I've been doing before. I think for you and I, we practice what no longer serves us and how we want to move forward in our lives and the things that we look forward to and where can we find growth and happiness and where can we take breaks when we need to. And we've been talking about that on this podcast for quite some time and definitely seek some of those episodes before for that. But, and I think it's just kind of a season for us that we have things that we want to work on. We have goals that we would like to embark on and complete at some point. And with that being said, we are here to announce that we are planning to hit pause on the Love Always Self podcast for an unforeseeable future.
Basically, we took this time these past few weeks when we would normally be recording to take some time to reflect on the amount that we are having to put out as far as our energy and where we're maybe lacking as far as rebuilding that energy within ourselves. And it's been a tough decision. We did not make this decision lightly, and we've gone through multiple conversations about this because this is very much a passion for us. We love helping people. We love lifting people up. We love being a connection, and it's something that we will miss as far as those aspects. But with that in mind, like Shira said, is we spend a good amount of our free time and even time that isn't necessarily free on working on this podcast, whether it's editing, recording, doing social media, even the administrative stuff behind the scenes. Like it's a lot. And that on top of full-time jobs, families, it's, I think we ultimately got to the point where we realized that it was time to take a step back because, as you mentioned, this was a really good season that we've been through. Yeah. And it's not to say this season won't come again or even that we will pop in every once in a while and drop a video in. It just means right now we need to spend a little bit more time taking care of ourselves and our own needs and even the people that we live with and working on those relationships. We feel like we've had to divert since the coming back to work, because initially this was started during the pandemic when we were all work from home. So we weren't going anywhere. We weren't meeting up with friends. We were just watching TV all day in our spare time. And so that's when we dreamed up of starting a podcast.
Yeah.
and spent the time learning and evolving over, the years. And as we move back into our regular day-to-day existence, similar to pre-pandemic, it's been hard to restart doing pre-pandemic things because
Yeah.
it turns out we have committed ourselves to the max already. And so we miss those relationships, and we feel that we need to work on those,
Absolutely.
including with ourselves.
Exactly. Exactly. And that was, from the beginning when we started this podcast, you guys have been on a journey with us. I was fresh out of surgery, having, quickly battled cervical cancer, and going into this learning of what it's about, the human connection, the spiritual practices, the self-healing practices, the gratitude and the love, and the finding the peace within, and all of these things that will always be a continued learning and practice. And you guys have been on that journey with us, and we cannot thank you enough. The messages we've received, the feedback we've received, the community that's been built has been absolutely incredible. And so, this is not a goodbye forever. This is a see you later kind of situation.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like we've continued on this releasing of episodes on a regular basis because you guys have fed that desire.
Right.
And so I have a feeling it'll come back. It's just,
Well,
it's time to.
It has to come back at some point. I mean, I just built an entire podcast studio.
This is true. Yeah. And we both have the equipment. So why the heck not?
Exactly.
But I think there's just other ventures, other areas that we want to grow into.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited, and we're excited to share those with you guys when the time comes, right? Like,
yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool what we're up to on our own. Yeah.
Right now at this moment, it's kind of like clearing the space for those new things to come into and into fruition. Basically, there's so much room for activities now.
There's so much. I know. I was like, we just moved one of the tables in the studio we don't need anymore, and I was like, wow, there's a lot of room in here.
I was like, I could extend my leg. So, in a sense, that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah, we're extending our legs.
Yeah. We're gonna go stretch.
We're gonna stretch it out a little bit. Well, if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to reach out to us. Our website is still up and running and will continue to still be up and running, which is lovealwaysself.com.
There you go.
She normally says that.
And we'll probably be plus. Ooh, I like blah, 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 blah. We will probably, I can't even say it now, even though I practiced it. We will probably be dropping in with some social media posts and reels and things like that, just as we have little hits of, lessons and intuitive thoughts and things like that. So don't forget to follow us.
Encouragement.
See,
shit. Encouragement. Boom. If you don't know, now you know. Oh my goodness.
But that social media.
Yeah, speaking of social media.
If you want to go ahead and hop on to either Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok and go ahead and follow us, we will be dropping in on occasion. It's just, we're going to do it a little bit more flexibly and do it when we are inspired rather than having this scheduled requirement. And I think that's part of this freeing up this space too.
Yeah.
It's rather than having this requirement to come up with some cool social media post, it's going to be a lot more heartfelt and cool if it comes like
Inspired.
Right.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And we'll definitely keep you guys posted. And of course, what helps with that is if even if we're taking a pause, we have so much content that you can go back and listen to, especially if you're newer to our channel or our podcast. Like I said, we started back in, was it 21 or 2020?
It was June 2021.
June 2021. So literally at that point, we were posting.
June 2020?
I feel like it was.
Has it been 4 years?
Yeah, it's around that.
I don't know. There's been 150 plus episodes.
Right. There you go. There's 150 episodes out there for you to go back and listen to. Plus for you to go back and listen to. Because we started off, we posted every single week, and it was only within this last like year that we changed to an twice a month schedule. So and I think that was kind of like the beginning of us.
Yeah, that first step to see like if we can create this space.
Right.
But unfortunately, we are both perfectionists. And so
hello,
that can
I'm a Virgo.
Away. I thought you were going to say something else. I'd be like, nah.
Me? Who are you talking to?
Anyways,
we love y'all so much, and we hope you felt that. And please, again, comment down below. Let us know, your thoughts, and
we love you guys so very much. We're so grateful, and don't forget to love first,
love last,
and love always.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Hey, listener, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us in this moment. We hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we look forward to our next connection.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to stay notified of new content from Love Always Self. If you have any questions or topics you'd like for us to discuss, please hit us up on any of our social media platforms linked in the show notes below.
I'm Karista.
And I'm Shira.
And until next time, remember to love first,
love last,
and love always. Love Always Self podcast is meant for entertainment purposes only. We do not make any warranties about the completeness, reliability, and accuracy of the information presented in this podcast. Any action you choose to take upon the information in this podcast is strictly done so at your own risk, and we will not be held liable for any losses and damages in connection with the use of our podcast. Any and all medical concerns should be addressed with a licensed healthcare provider, as well as any questions that may be derived from the information discussed in this podcast.